into the competition after a long break and showing us that they will maintain that champion position. Rexy, he's not going to give up. It's do or die. He makes himself known. And Amaterasu with the finishing blow. Velocity Gaming, they are your champions of the TEC Challenger Series 4. Hey guys, and welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5. Powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, we have AFK Gaming as our media partner. It's a new day. This is going to be the first stream, first half, and it will be in the semifinals, the lower bracket. We're going to watch ATMOSFEAR go up against XTZ Esports. My name is Apollonia. I'll be your host and caster, and joining me on the panel today is CA, caster, and analyst. How are you feeling about today, CA?
I'm really excited. Today is the last day of the semifinals, and it decides which teams are gonna slot their way into that final spot and really set us up for the last set of action in this series. With all the teams present today, I think the first match especially exciting. XTZ and ATMOSFEAR, both teams to keep your eye on.
Indeed, it's been a very long journey, especially in the lower bracket. So, both these teams, they'll be gunning at each other to take a spot in the lower bracket of the finals. So let's head over into the map veto screen and have a look at which maps we have up in store. So for map number 1, we're going to have Haven. Map 2 is Bind. And if we are lucky enough, we're going to get into a map 3, and that's going to be Icebox CA. I know you're eyeing that for sure.
Yeah, I want 3 maps. That's 100%. I want that Icebox played so we can really get to talk about it and see the action a little before the grand finals. Because the grand finals, we're going to get that map for sure. I like to see how teams perform before we get to that stage. So now here, though, first 2 maps, let's go back to that Haven. For XTZ, it's one of their stronger maps. I'm expecting the Phoenix to come out for Sai. So I'm excited to see how that works out. But for ATMOSFEAR as well, they brought out a really new lineup to that Haven map, wherein you can see Hamid going on to the Raze and Crosshair on the Phoenix, abandoning the Jet altogether and deprioritizing the op. That's something that is newer to the community as a whole, and I'm excited to see how it works out against XCZ.
All right, while both the teams are figuring out their compositions, let's just talk about the history of both these teams. Okay, I'm going to start off here with ATMOSFEAR. When we first saw them, I believe it was in the Challenger Series 1. It was the start of this whole series. Everything was fresh. We saw teams coming in. They're trying to figure out how, the meta in Valorant was working. And I do remember, when ATMOSFEAR kind of made their debut, they were all over the Bind map. They were very creative with the teleporters. They were one of the first few teams. And ever since then, they kind of left an impression on me. And, throughout the entire journey, it's been 5 series. They've met some ups and downs. Sometimes ATMOSFEAR will be in the top 8, or sometimes, they weren't as lucky. But right now, with the current roster, ATMOSFEAR just looks unstoppable, and to reach this far, I think it's the furthest that they have ever been. I think they look kind of promising here. Why don't you go ahead with XTZ Esports here, CA?
XTZ, they came in Series 2, right? The idea of this organization has always been to try and take down the kings at the top, the nobles they were when they first came together, to try and dismantle the very best and become the very best themselves. Since then, they've gone a little bit more extreme, switching to this XTZ organization, and the lineup though has remained relatively the same. The only difference being Sami coming in, and then with the addition of Sami, they've really developed a new frontier, pushing through with aggressiveness and chaos that is their forte, doing just that in the pistol round. I mean, I was talking about the history, but coming back to the present, the aggressiveness and chaos I was mentioning, that's exactly what you see XTZ with the round 1 win.
So round, all about accuracy, and XTZ Esports, unbelievable performance there. Sai picking up a 3K. That was just beautiful to watch. And here it is, Sai just coming into the A link with that ghost, firing away shot after shot, picking up Hamid, picking up Inferno and Crosshair. Very nicely done by XTZ Esports. And ultimately, you come into a best of 3 wanting the best possible start. Now, we can see a huge investment on Spectres there, but Sammy, he's gonna keep that ghost. Now, Sai here pushing very aggressively, picking up Crosshair. 46 HP. I mean, a lot of health was taken away, but a kill is better than no kills. Now, with the man disadvantage, ATMOSFEAR, they're still gonna try and pull off this attack, but very slowly. We do see Bacon lurking here in Garage. He's just gonna pull it back. And Sai finds a kickoff onto Hamid. Sai woke up on the right side of the bed. 5 kills, and it's only been the second round.
He is on his favorite agent on that jet. It's really nice to see that happen because I do feel like the team as a whole functions better when Sai working that jet, so he's able to carry the op, and Sami working on that Reyna, able to play much more aggressively for those entry frags. Now you will see they are on defense though, so they're holding on to their positions. Sai, he's already picked up a double, and for them that will mean the entirety of this round so far, allowing now ATMOSFEAR to approach it with their own moves. ATMOSFEAR, they're playing it slow, trying to take A-Long control and A-Suez control here, but not moving fast enough because now with just 30 seconds left, they have to just go in fast and try to commit. But Sai waiting down in heaven will likely spot them out. ATMOSFEAR, perhaps a little bit of indecisiveness shown here, combined with a little bit of fear because they're not going in just yet. They can't really afford to save. They have to go, and they choose to go now. With just 15 seconds left on the clock. He goes out and try to take a fight, but Sami waiting down at Suez will clean them up. And the duel is for XTZ. Wow. Picking up multi-kills on multi-kills.
Sammy, 3 kills in a matter of seconds. Great defense there on the A side. And, you know, even though ATMOSFEAR had to take it one step at a time, it was an equal round for them. The pure discipline from XTZ, they were spread out across C side, Garage, B, A long, and A short. It was Sai that was up in the window watching A long. So, you know, it was. It's very nice to see that XTZ Esports, they're not going to let anything slip by. The time to get serious is right now because it is a double elimination, but we're in the lower bracket. So this is ultimately the last chance for both these teams. Now, bringing up the scoreboard, we're just going to have a little look at the lineup before we head into round number 3, which is the full buy round. And you know that matters a lot, and it ultimately puts the winning team of the third round in a better position. So, you know, Sai, Sammy, Hika, Rexy, Harsh, they are on the standard picks. Both Sammy and Sai on those duelists. Now a 1-for-1 trade. Hamid there on that race. He's gonna fall to Rexy. And we do see Bacon here. He's gonna be on that Sova, going head-to-head with Rexy, who has proven himself to be one of the best Sovas in this tournament.
Just yesterday we saw how instrumental Sovas are to this map, especially Shivi in the map 1 for Godlike was able to clutch out huge plays, so I'm expecting just as big plays from both Bacon and Rexy coming in here because they as well have displayed their skill. But Rexy undoubtedly, as you said, Apo, he's been one of the key Sova players all the way from Series 1. The consistency with which he's found himself at the top of the scene for the last 5 months, that speaks monuments about the caliber of the player that he is. And for XTZ, he's that player to watch out for, especially in this round, because he's the only one with the Phantom. The rest of their team are going for the Spectres, so that Phantom needs to try and stay alive as much as possible. Now, ATMOSFEAR, they have the full buys. They're going for this seaside push, and they're going to fail to find a pick. But Harsh with the Spectre will find a double. Now with the triple, the consistent Cypher in Harsh, holding it down strong. This should be a win for XTZ, but not if Crosshair has something to say about it.
Careful now.
What a bit of defense there coming out from Harsh, but that's going to be Crosshair 1v2 scenario, and he's going to spot out Sammy, drop to 20 HP. That Lear is going to blind him. Sammy taking a different route. They know that they have time to play with, and unfortunately Crosshair, he's not going to be able to get the plant off, and Sai takes him out right across C-Long. 3 rounds in a row. XTZ Esports right here on Haven. They are looking comfortable, and what more, they're starting out on the side of defense. we could give Atmosphere the benefit of the doubt where, they're just testing the waters. The first few rounds of a map, it can be taken as time to kind of get a feel of what you're up against, and you just adapt, analyze the situation, and fix your plans with your team. But nonetheless, XTZ Esports, consistency is looking great on their end.
Yeah, and now with this stable eco having won 3 rounds back to back, they're going to be able to pick up the op on Psy for themselves, and that op is going to cause a lot of waves for XTZ. Atmosphere, they are put into a situation where they have to go for eco, and going down 4 rounds on Haven, especially being the attacker's side, is going to cost them a lot of momentum. So if they can try and pull off a thrifty here, or at least try and get some damage done, that would help them gain some momentum back for themselves, really stem the bleeding, and then look to push through on the basis of that with their buys coming through in the next round. You can see they're trying to take garage control, and Crosshair, he'll find the one tap onto Rexy, and that's a huge first blood because now he can go pick up a gun for himself. Crosshair now with the Vandal, looking for more, doesn't have shields though, so needs to be very careful with his approach. Gonna be doing just that, not making any unnecessary noises, using the steps to make sure that he doesn't give away any audio cues, and now moving out of this garage area to join his team on this A side push. But you can see Sai, he's just waiting. The patience by Sai to be holding down the angle from the start of the round. Face off now, Sai with one, Sami with another. The crossfire set up by the duelist absolutely decimating Atmosphere.
So they're managing to connect the headshot onto Sammy and Sai with a beautiful wallbang just to secure that kill. But Atmosphere here, they've got to be a little bit more creative, and rushing a site altogether, that's not gonna work. Sai, Sammy, they're able to take out multiple people at a go. Sai there with 9 kills, he hasn't lost a life at all after 4 rounds. So going into the 5th, let's see how long Sai is gonna keep that up. Meanwhile, Crosshair, he's gonna be the one with more frags on the side of Atmosphere. But moving on into this next one, full buys across the board. We do see 4 Vandals, but one's going to be missing as Relic falls. And Sai picking up another kill. I do believe he's got double digits now on his KDA. Sammy, he falls to Hamid. And now it's an even playing field, but Sai with another 6 shot on that op. He takes down Hamid. And the rotation coming in from Hika just to back up his buddy. And now Sai, he does get flashed by Crosshair there, and he's taken out. Beautiful entry fragging there coming out from Crosshair with the run it back to keep him safe. Now Bacon's second in line. Inferno's going to get that spike planted, and Bacon's just waiting for his opponents very slowly. Now it is a 3v3, so Atmosphere, they could take this back into their hands, but XTZ Esports isn't begging to differ. Harsh finding the headshot onto Crosshair. Harsh, he's gonna get blinded by Inferno. Beautiful paranoia. Rexy with a double kill to just clean everything up. And we do see Hiccup with a tick of health. Rexy stepping up when it's most needed. You can't forget about him. And I think this is the power of XTZ Esports. There's Sai, Sammy, Harsh, Rexy, Hiccup. When you hear these names, you know that they are capable of some of the most insane plays. They've had so many highlights that we have posted up, in some of these rounds. These guys, they are looking in top form right now.
It really feels like XTZ have done their research, because having seen Atmosphere versus Reckoning yesterday, for me the easiest way to try and pressurize the Atmosphere is during their side push. Their post plans were absolutely immaculate, as well as their 1v1 duos when it came to trying to find isolated pockets of control. So XTZ acknowledged that where they need to try and pressurize Atmosphere is those A-long positions where they can find the aggressive first peaks and then look to push in on that, using the operator to their advantage, as well as Harsh on the Cypher playing really well to come back on time for the retake. XTZ able to secure that advantage for themselves. Now 5-0 on the round, but it's Atmosphere picking up first blood with this one. They need this round to be able to stage a comeback, or at least the possibility of a comeback. They're gonna try to do that with this C-side push. The Omen ultimate denied by XTZ, but allows the pressure for the Phoenix and Crosshair to push in. Crosshair able to pick up one, and now that's Atmosphere with the 2-man advantage and C-side control. They just need to get to their post-plan positions now, and those post-plan positions, expecting as immaculate as they are, should help them easily close out.
Bacon He's going to be taken down by Hika there, and Atmosphere. They're still going to maintain the one-man advantage. Now, as the spike has been planted, the timer is ticking. It is going to be against the defenders. They've got to hurry up and go for this retake. Sammy finding Crosshair, and that is going to be a massive. And Sai takes on one, and Sammy finds the double. Last man standing is Relic, and he's got to defend this 1v3 scenario. Relic, he's going to take out Sai, and he is rushing desperately. He does not manage to save the spike. Hika taking him out. XTZ Esports was a 3v4 scenario, but hey, they made it work. Sammy and Sai both picking out the first 2 kills, and they just wrapped that up very nicely. 6 rounds on the board for XTZ.
The important thing to note from that round is I think that was the first time I've seen Sami on that Reyna utilize the Empress over the last 2 series. He's been publicly known to really hate the fire rate of that Reyna, not being able to control the recoil on the basis of that, and he has said to be working on it. You can see that the work is now paying off, even with that increased fire rate on the Empress, able to get the perfect headshots. Sami really showing what dedication and effort and a real intention to try to push through gets you. Making use of that Empress, just elevating his game to another level. Now with this Suez push, he's gonna be the one picking up the first blood. Looking for more right here, just gets tagged and has to back right off. But the first blood will be huge for XTZ, because now Sami, pushes in onto the boxes to try to gain the peek over the dark cover. It gets it beautifully, picking up another. Hamid, he'll find the one tap, but Sami did a ton of damage to that Atmosphere there.
Right here, he's the next line of defense. He gets his health taken away by Hamid there, who hit a beautiful sheriff shot right onto Sammy. Now Rexy finding a double for himself. Crosshair is the last man standing, and the spike is close to him. But hey, 1v3, he's got to check all those angles, figured out where the enemies might just be waiting for him, holding down an angle. Now Crosshair, as he slides himself across the A site, he's going to retrieve that spike and go for the plant. So, you know, a little bit of credits there that will be secured. Now Crosshair with the wall, he's looking for the 1v1, and Hika takes him out very nicely. And an easy defuse for XTZ Esports. They are on a roll. You can't deny it. 7-0 on the scoreboard. I mean, what a way to make an entrance.
Yeah, 7-0. That's one way to really establish the mark in your opponent's mind. Like, hey, Atmosphere, you've been doing really well so far in the tournament. You upset a Reckoning yesterday, really showing a brilliance in your systematic approach to the game and an immaculate game plan. But we're here to show you exactly what we've got. XTZ coming down from the upper brackets, now just as eager to get back to that upper bracket area, trying to get to the grand finals themselves. Such a dominant show. I don't think we've seen such a dominant show from XTZ throughout Series 5. So the fact that they're showing up really when it matters at the latter stage of the tournament really gives me a lot of hope for this exciting set of matches to continue over the next few days. Now, coming back to this match, a 7-0 scoreline starts to look a little unassailable for Atmosphere, but all they really need to do is try to pick up 3 or 4 of the next 5 rounds. If they can do that, they put themselves in a situation where they will be able to try and fight back on their own defense, try to just step back, play it cautiously, and try to find the morale and the momentum on the basis of that. For XTZ though, the key factor is Sai on this operator. 12 kills to his name already. I think the easiest way for Atmosphere to deny the impact of this operator is to try to go for a fast rush into a site. Try to just minimize the impact of the operator. Find as many trades as you can for yourself, then play for the post plant.
Now Harsh here, he's on C-Long duty. One has been taken out, and Hamid just pushing into the B side. Hika there manages to catch Hamid off guard. Crosshair to return the kill. Bacon's gonna fall meanwhile. Crosshair with the double and a triple. Nicely done, 11 HP, but it's a 2v2 situation. Relic, he's not too healthy, and it does seem like Crosshair managed to take time to kind of heal himself back up. Now 1 step at a time. This could be anyone's game. Sammy takes out Crosshair, and now it's leaning towards the side of XTZ Esports. What will Relic do in this situation? All odds seem to be against him, and Sammy cleaning that up very nicely. 2K right at the end. 8 rounds strong. That's going to be XTZ Esports, and a very aggressive round as well for the side of defense.
Yeah, a very aggressive round for XTZ, and this really has slowly but surely become the identity of their team play, especially after the addition of Sami. The firepower in this team really speaking volumes regarding their preferred style of play. They're a team that loves to take control of the angles, even on defense. Like you can see the A-long push coming here for Sami in this round, able to secure a flank. So even though Crosshair does a lot of damage with his run it back into the B-side push, the fact that Sami behind them with knowledge of where the spike is, able to just deny the round to them. Now Rexy with his horn prediction, Hunter's Fury, picking up that opening kill. XTZ, they're firing on all cylinders. Not much left to say with respect to how they could get better. Atmosphere, it just feels like they've been quite caught off guard. And Hamid there with that aggressive push. Could have been a great positions, but Rexy with the game sense expects it, takes him down. And now XTZ with a 2-man, no scratch that 3-man lead, pushing even further, really forcing Atmosphere to funnel into their own hands.
The takedowns on the side of XTZ Esports is almost too quick. We see these 1v1 gun duels. There's either someone to return the kill, or, you know, XTZ Esports, their firepower is just insane. Now Inferno picking up that one kill. Let's see if it will buy him enough time to plant the spike. But Inferno, he's gonna get closed down upon, caught almost in a crossfire. He's gonna take out that Lear. Sammy's gonna fall. Inferno, he finds a triple. Inferno looking for that 4K, but that was pretty well played on his end, considering the circumstances. But nonetheless, you still gotta look towards XTZ Esports. They are killing it in this first map here on Haven. And it's absolutely nuts, you know, even if you're looking at both the teams, looking at the compositions, what is understood is that you need to have a vision impairment skill on this map, Haven. And, you know, XTZ, they're going to opt in with the Reyna and her Lear, while Atmosphere, they're going to take in that Phoenix with the curveballs. So, you know, right now, XTZ, they are locking down on the side of defense. Really, it's actually pretty amazing. You know, this late into the competition, and they're able to pull off a scoreline like that. Now, Sai, he does take first blood here, and XTC Esports a step closer to double digits, and Sami and Rexy go ham, and Hika. Wow, that round was just a matter of seconds. I mean, it was an eco round for Atmosphere, but that was quick.
Yeah, XTZ, like, I think the synergy between the players, I think the biggest thing that we were missing when they first came together was not the firepower, was not really the strategy, but rather the understanding between each other to be able to form those crossfires without hesitation, to be able to understand what the other person is likely to go for in a sticky situation where comms can't necessarily come through fast enough. That sort of synergy very obvious. You see, when Sai gets pushed off in that angle, throws out the smokes and step back, but his team to follow up on that push, immediately setting up the crossfire around him. So knowing that when they do try to push in the operator aggressively, they are able to punish the other team for doing that. That sort of game sense, like the idea of thinking one step ahead of the opposition, it's something that has slowly started developing for XTZ Esports throughout this series, and I'm glad to see finally coming to fruition. For XTZ, I mean, today, it really seems like a day where they are just on fire, each and every one of them. Sami on that Reyna especially, I think he's the top fragger right now, and the fact that he's doing it on Arena really speaks volumes about what we can, the different things we can expect on this map of Haven. Phoenix, he's become that almost compulsory pick for most teams, but XTZ showing that they can instead choose to opt for that Reyna, giving themselves a little bit of diversity. Now going for the C-long push, again, they're the ones who find the first blood, and they're the ones who have all the information of where Atmosphere is.
Oh, Relic there picking up a beautiful kill onto Harsh with that operator on the side of attack. Still a 3v4.
Okay.
Atmosphere, they should look to at least take
30
out
seconds
one more
left.
member before they progress with any kind of pushing. Now Sai, he's gonna take out Crosshair. Hamid almost connects the shot, and it's a battle of the ops. Now it is Relic's turn here to kind of return the neural theft. Hamid, he's gonna take out Rexy, and Relic trailing behind, 12 seconds left. Sami takes out Hamid, and it's a 1v3 scenario. Relic, he picks up one, and I don't think he has enough time to go for the plant, but hey, he could go for the save. There is an operator very close by, but Hika takes him out with a quick headshot. 11-0. XTZ
Last round before the
Esports.
switch.
What are they on?
I would really like to know. I want some of the pre-game practice that they've got themselves into, because this sort of form is something that we rarely get to see from XTC. But as you said, right, the fact that they're pulling it out in such a late stage of the tournament, it really just sets us up for an exciting finals day and finals weekend to come. But I don't want to get too ahead of myself. For Atmosphere, even though this map has not gone too greatly, I think they are a team that can always pull themselves back. And for them, it's all about starting somewhere on this map. Try to find a round for yourself. Try to break this momentum streak for XTC. And on the basis of that, maybe build one for yourself. But Rexy, they're continuously diversifying their approach and their angles in the sewers. Rexy and Sami pick up one each, but Hamid now pushing in. He gets two more to trade it on. Hika finds the trade though, and that's another quick round, likely going for XTZ Esports.
Inferno with the quick use of that teleport there from the shadows. He's gonna end up on C site, secure this plant, and attempt this clutch 1v2. And if it's anything, Inferno, I think he'll be able to do it, but let's see what he is going to pack. Now as he pushes in towards the defender side spawn, we do see Rexy. He popped the Hunter's Fury just to try and get a little bit of damage onto Inferno. And now that Owl Drone is going to spot him out. So Inferno trying to juke there with his teleport. He's going to spot out Rexy, but that is going to give XTZ all the information they need. Rexy, that was beautifully played by Rexy and Harsh. The usage of the recon bolt, Harsh sneaking in from behind to get that spike defuse and putting Inferno in a do-or-die situation. And that is ultimately what you want. When you look at Haven, or even just Valorant in general, if you can force your opponent to react to what you want them to do, your job is done. And you know, cornering Inferno, getting that information out of him, and Rexy there just to cover the back of Harsh, that is a really great skill of communication. And right here, that has the XTZ Esports match point.
Right here.
Especially in the top tier of Valorant competitive esports, right? The idea of dictating where your opponent plays, or where the battleground really is for you and your opponent, usually gives the team that is deciding it a huge advantage. And Rexy playing that 1v1 beautifully. He was the one slightly low in health, but uses his recon drone to first get a bit of information about where Inferno is, then uses his shock dart to funnel him into his hands, picks up the kill and the recon bolt as well, giving him so much time, meaning Harsh with the easy diffuse. And now XTZ looking for the 13-0 and the morale boost for them into map 2. They're pushing into C site, a quick side take and into a 1v1 trade. XTZ looking for more, and it's Rexy holding down the backstab, taking down Crosshair. Now all of XTZ, they're inside. They haven't really gone for the spike one. They need to do that soon, because now Atmosphere on the retake. It's Hamid with the triple, and with the spike carrier drop, it's Atmosphere with the man advantage.
Hamid coming down C long with a beautiful triple. It's a 2v1 situation. Harsh is caught in between, and he's fighting for his life, but Hamid's gonna end that off and find the first round for Atmosphere. Now, if you're gonna be completely realistic, we need an 11-round consecutive win from the side of Atmosphere. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'd like to see Atmosphere definitely try. But this was a round where Atmosphere took XTZ Esports by surprise. You know, we do see the backstab coming in from C-Long. Hamid being able to secure those kills on Rexy and Hika just really put Atmosphere in a better position there. Now it's up to them to use this lead and take it forward.
Yeah, they do get a little bit of breathing room given the fact that XTZ is likely to go into an eco. But scratch that, XTZ, they want to end this match right here, right now. They go for the first buys, and Hika, he picks up the first blood. Hamid with the trade to put Rexy right there to back his teammate up, meaning it's XTZ with the advantage. Now looking to use that advantage to force this A site quick and fast. All of XTZ going in. The Heaven will be smoked out, and Relic, even though he knows where they are, because the Tripwire will not be able to take them down, he is smoked out, doesn't have any vision. XTZ with a quick plant now. It's going to be up to them to try and find their post-round positions, because Atmosphere is already here and now going for the retake. Bacon, he finds the first kill, and now with the Paranoia coming out, it's going to be Relic jumping down, taking down Rexy as well. Here with a quick and clean retake for round 2.
That was a beautiful round there for Atmosphere. They managed to kind of hold it down and even go for the defuse. So, that retake, it definitely looks very promising. But it's great to see that Atmosphere, they're not going to give up despite the huge gap on that scoreboard. XTZ Esports, you can see that there's so much power in their hands right now to just secure this map 1, call it a day, and move on into map number 2.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like the fact that they win this post-buy round against XTZ is so important for their eco, because now they have not just like one round breathing room, but also the opportunity to use this one round breathing room. If they can win it here, they get to pick up the op for themselves. And we saw how devastating Sai was to the attackers with the op. Hamid, he can do the exact same if he gets it in his hands. So this round going to be really crucial for Atmosphere. They're going for the aggressive push, so they just get caught out. And once again, it's XTZ with the 2-man advantage, and now all the information they want.
Last player standing.
Hamid caught in between. He's going to take out Harsh before he goes down, but Relic is the last man standing, and it looks like XTZ Esports, they want to end it right here, right now. Relic's got to go for the attempt, and now that the spike has been planted, he knows that he has roughly about 30 plus seconds to work with, but Relic, I'm not too sure. But Relic, I think he might be figuring out what's his next plan. He does have the spy cam available, but, it's not going to do a lot for him as of now. Relic, he was on the lookout at the A site. Now he's just gonna put that spy cam down just to get a little bit of information, and a perfectly timed recon bolt there from Rexy. And that's gonna spot out Relic. Hiccup with the push. He's not gonna let him run. And map number 1 goes over to the side of XTZ Esports here in the lower bracket of the semifinals.
A dominant map 1 showing. They faltered a bit in the first 2 rounds of the attacking half, but they're just able to finish it off in the 3rd round. I expected an eco this round, but XTZ, it really didn't feel like they wanted to take the pedal off the metal. Like they were going in full force, round after round, going for the force buys. And they make it work. I mean, Sami with 18 kills. We talked about Rexy earlier. 14 kills and 11 assists. Trademark of one of the best Sovas in our community.
11 assists. That is just nuts. Now we're going to talk more about what went down by moving into Relive the Moment, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 notebook, powered by 4000 series Ryzen processors. Perfect for gaming and multitasking. Now, okay, looking at Atmosphere going up against XTZ Esports, it was a slaughtering. I'm going to call it for what it is. XTZ walked in here on map 1 and took over completely. The scoreline says it all, 13-2. It could be that, Atmosphere, they're not exactly the most comfortable on this map, so they definitely have map 2 and map 3 to try and work it out for themselves. So, I'm just going to put a little bit more of the spotlight onto XTZ Esports. But Sammy, you mentioned about how Sammy doesn't like to use the Empress, but we just saw him use it. And now, Sammy just growing as a player, he's always going to try and improve himself. 18 kills in such a quick match is really impressive. But Rexy with 11 assists, for all you Sova mains out there, that is how you pull off an initiator and take in all that get all that information for your teams, because that is absolutely nuts. And Sai, just right behind Rexy. Sai does have 17 kills, but hey, I do feel that we have been a little bit harsh on Sai, solely because he hasn't been performing all that well. But today, Sai is looking in good shape. What are your afterthoughts here, CA?
For XTZ, a large part of Series 5 was trying to understand where their comfort lay and where they really could try to push their advantages further. We saw a bit of experimentation along that route. We saw Sai on the Phoenix. We saw even a triple duelist composition towards the start, something that we even seen in Series 4. But now in this stage where they know that it really matters for them to be as dominant as possible, to close it out as soon as possible, to try to get to the lower bracket finals, they go back to the tried and tested, the true comfort. Sai on his Jet, you can see how different he is as compared to that Phoenix, and the reason I think we were all being a little disappointed, so you could say, with his previous performances, is because this is the Sai we know and love. This is how dominant he can be, and this is the Sai we want to see much more often. But kudos to the entire team. The way they've started to rally around each other, I think it's really setting like setting us up for a beautiful, spectacular showdown towards the end of this series because the top teams all look absolutely untouchable, and untouchable is what XTZ were in this map. Now, Haven was XTZ's map, so hopefully, Atmosphere with their own map in map 2 can make just as a dominant return.
And map number 2 is gonna be Bind.
Yeah.
And I made a little comment about how Atmosphere, they really showed that Bind can be their home ground. So, I'm definitely gonna look towards them to try and take the competition there in map 2. But nonetheless, we're gonna prepare for it. You guys, we're gonna take a small break. But remember, we still have that sale on LG monitors. Link is in the description. Do click on it, get yourself something new. Treat yourself. Christmas is about to come. Remember to like and subscribe. Click that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we are live. We want to see you on every stream, showing support for your favorite teams. So without further ado, we're going to take a small break and we'll be back very shortly with map number 2 in this lower bracket of the semifinals between Atmosphere and XTZ Esports. coming into the competition after a long break and showing us that they will maintain that champion position. Rexy, he's not going to give up. It's do or die. He makes himself known. And Amaterasu with the finishing blow. Velocity Gaming, they are your champions of the TEC Challenger Series 4.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, with AFK Gaming as our media partner. I'm CA, I'm going to be your host and caster for the rest of this series, and I'm joined here by Aggressive on the mic. And we're here to bring you map 2 of the series between XTZ, Esports, and Atmosphere. Now, let's take a quick look at the map veto while we talk about what happened in map 1, because just as I'm saying, map 1, that was a quick affair, 13-2 to XTZ. Atmosphere, they're going to look to have to come back strong on map 2.
Do you know why I want them to come back strong on map 2? Because the third map is Icebox. CA, we want that Icebox, don't we? I can see you dancing in the background already.
Yeah, I definitely want the Icebox, but so far we've seen the Icebox twice as the map 3, and both series have been unfortunately 2-0s. So I'm just gonna hope we get to see the Icebox. But right now, the role with which XTZ are performing, they're firing on all cylinders. The form that was really missing for key players like Sai, and the small factors like the usage of the Empress by Sami, everything clicking into the place. The gears are set, and XTZ on top form to try and finish off the series right here, right now.
It's going to be actually an interesting thing coming out for the first time. We're seeing Sami actually shift towards the Omen coming out from the side of XTZ. Normally on Bind, he's always playing either a form of a Reyna or sometimes the Jet itself, but it seems as though for once he's actually going on to the controller. This may be an interesting play coming out from the side of XTZ and a different form of strategy that they are now employing. I'm really interested to see what kind of game plan they have moving forward into this matchup.
For XEZ, the change from Sami on the Reyna to Hick on the Raze is going to be something to particularly keep your eye on, because the lack of a flash, we've said this time and time again, while it's not entirely devastating to the game plan, it makes it much harder to execute. But if XTZ are able to execute it to just that same level of synergy and domination that they had in map 1, it really shows a level of versatility within them that makes them really scary to all the other teams left in the tournament. For Atmosphere, they're carrying the exact same composition. So this is going to become a battle of the right execution, looking for the teams as to who is able to find their best best play here and who is really able to step up. The one key difference for Atmosphere though that I'm looking for is Hamid. Hamid now shifting from the Raze onto his Jet. He has been really good on the Raze previously, but it does feel like he prefers the Jet more. His more explosive performances are not on the Raze, they're usually on the Jet, and Bacon shifting onto the Raze. Both of these players to keep your eye on. Now XCZ, they're going to be on the attacking side and they're looking to start it off fast and quick, moving in. Time with the dash behind Inferno will take him down. Inferno getting caught out, trying to get the smokes in. Sai utilizing that dash perfectly, but now Bacon shifting from the initiator to the duelist, throws out the grenade. Will switch the roles, but the usage of utility still
Last player standing.
Sami getting caught with his pants down in that situation is going to be hurting, as it seems as the Atmosphere, they had such an explosive performance right from the get-go. This early showers push gave them so much information. Them having the alt point control in their favor as they were pushing through from the shower side, knew that shower was completely clear. They can just huddle up inside of showers while everyone brawled it out back near the point side. And there is only one spot for the default plan to go through on the map of Bind when it comes to the A side, near the truck. in front of the truck. It's so dangerous if you don't have a stage because of the amount of fire you can come through, even through smokes. And with Bacon being on that race, he was able to completely deny the plan that was coming out from the side of Hika. This was just so dangerous and such a massive flaw in the plan of the attack, I believe, on the side of XTZ to not take proper tower control, and they got pincered from their left-hand side, causing this to happen. It was a really good defensive round coming out from the side of Atmosphere to see that flaw in the plan and then utilize it against the side of XTZ.
Size of AV. I really want to see teams take at least half of the site, like lamps, or even the majority of the site before electing to go for the plant. The plant coming through a little too quick for XTZ, meaning that they get punished. But look at these mind games. They took the TP from B to A, now taking the from A to B, and now taking the TP from B to A, looking to make their way back onto A side. But Atmosphere, like, we did not move at all. So you guys can have fun in the teleporters as much as you want. When you come into sight, that's when we'll look to take you down, and take them down they do. Even though Sami finds the first blood, it's Hamid with a return, Hamid with another, now looking for more. The spike carrier dropped, and Hamid with the triple, securing the advantage for
It seems as though it's gonna be Hirsch trying to go in to try and kill off the entire world, but Hirsch, he's stuck between the rock and a hard place, and he's gonna get taken down. And Bacon from the sidelines as well, he gets his final kill. It's gonna be more than enough, it seems. That's gonna be a 2-0 scoreline for the side of Atmosphere. And they're now C8, they're gonna be going into their buy round. But still, this is the buy round where it's all going to matter. But from the side of Atmosphere, it's gonna be quite dangerous as well, because looking at their buys, it looks quite weak in comparison to the side of XTZ, because looking at their money, it's not gonna be a good side for them, I do believe.
Yeah, for XTZ, this is the round to really fight back. The buy is gonna come through. For Atmosphere, they will be able to carry through the weapons from the last round. So if they can make it work here, their eco will look slightly better. But as you said, a couple players going down, meaning that those couple players forced to invest in this round. So Atmosphere as well slightly invested here. They need to at least try to do some damage to XTZ. But it's Sai who's gonna find the first kill. But Relic playing his top final, finds another, and a second despite being revealed. Now Relic will pick up the gun. Sai, he's taking elbow control and he's getting more and more. Hika with another, and now Sai and Hika looking for that side control will mean XTZ with this man advantage should go for this B side plant. B side is clear. Sai has information that the two remaining members are right in front of him. But it does feel like XTZ don't want to commit too early. But what was that spray control by Sai? Picks up the 4K.
Sai be whooping it out. It seems as though he's gonna be pulling up everything right now in this matchup, and he is being aggressive. There is no way this man is gonna be stopping. Even though Relic pulled off a heroic play, it seemingly was not enough because of Sai. Sai's like, no, I'm bad. I'm gonna be coming up massive this game, and you can already see it on the scoreboard. 5-2 for the side of Sai. He's getting so many kills for his team, and with that 4K, he's bringing it back for his entire squad. 2-1 on the scoreline, and XTZ, they're looking strong coming into their buy round, forcing the entirety of Atmosphere back into their eco round. But Hamid, he's gonna be one of those dangerous players to look out for. He's gonna be really sneaky with his shorty, just holding down the angles. But it seems as though XTZ, they know exactly what he's planning, and it's gonna be Hika pulling him out initially. Some information gained for their side, but Hika, he's getting mind game right now by the sides of Hamid. But if Hamid tries it a bit too much, he just may get caught off guard in this situation. As Hamid, he's probably fighting a bit more than he can chew at this point. And he needs to try and back off. It's gonna be Crosshair going up against the side of Rexy. Recon Bolts and Shock Darts coming out to try and catch him out. Going in for the ultimate. They have a lot of ultimate economy in their favor. It's gonna be Sai getting the first kill off on the Hamid. As they're slowly making their way down into the B side, and the spray coming in straight through the smoke. He's gonna be able to find Relic as well, as B side control has already been established. And the spike is just about to go down.
CC with the two-man advantage, having got the picks, now being able to secure the side control, pushing in aggressively. XTZ not falling bait to Atmosphere and not giving up any guns, meaning a flawless round for them on the cards. It's just Crosshair left with his Sheriff to try and pull something off. A really beautiful Sheriff, if I say so. We'll see if we can get something done here. He's gonna hear the audio cues of Hika pushing in. It'll just be Hika running and finding the headshot, meaning a flawless round for XTZ to even it up on the scoreline. I have to say, like, the last time I got to see glimpses of this form from Sai was when they were playing the grand finals against Velocity Gaming in the Series 4, and the fact that that is the last stage that he turned up in really speaks to the kind of player he is. I feel like he's the kind of player who thrives in those high pressure situations. When you put a challenge next to him, that's when he's ready to take it by the storm and come up looking even better than you expected him to be. Sai, he's what you call a big game player, really showing up when the stakes are high and when it matters the most. Map 1, he was phenomenal, among the top 2 fraggers for his team, and map 2 leading once again. Sai on point as the captain leading from the front. Now XTZ, they need to make this round count to try and get a lead for themselves, because Atmosphere, they have their full buys and they're going to look to push back with this round. Given that both the compositions are the same, it comes down to more where these teams find their comfort, and given how both these teams have played when we saw them before, I think even though Bind is a defense favored map, both of these teams are attacking favored teams, and their attacking rounds are going to be very important to try and dictate the pace of how they perform in their own defensive. So for Atmosphere, it's about trying to make sure XTZ don't run away with it, because we saw what happened in map 1 when XTZ get a win streak. They just roll it down the field.
He's rolling it down, but Mohammed finds the lineup kill. He's not going to be able to, but he gets one on the Rexy, but gets taken out by Hirsch immediately on the trade. But Crosshair, he answers back on his own to find him out and even up the field just a little bit more. But Sami coming in from the sidelines, he's going to get that headshot on the Crosshair, and he's going to be going into a stair fight against his own Omen, who's going to be coming out on top, and it's going to be Inferno getting the flick instead on the Sami's head to take him out. And XTZ Esports, they're at that disadvantage side, and Hika also goes down to Bacon holding down the ultimate point, and Relic, the anchor of the team, just holding it down from the back of A main. The patient play coming out from the side of Atmosphere works so well, and they waited for XTZ to come into them. They did not give up any form of map control. See, that was so important. Not even shower control near the ultimate, or Bacon was just sitting there, and they made sure that they always had the most advantageous positions when it came to this round. And XTZ, they just played it a bit too slow, I believe. And when they started to try and execute down into a site, it didn't have any form of map control. They had no information to work with to try and go in for that rush play.
It as well, knowing that when you're taking the ultimate off, you're causing a bitter sound. You can't really go for the peak with the knife in your hands. Does get caught out by a patient Bacon, and they're taken out there to secure an advantage, and then subsequently the round for Atmosphere. Now 3-2 for Atmosphere. You're seeing a small technical issue come out. We'll just take a look at the scorecard. You see Hamid with 5 kills and Relic with 5 as well. Bacon with 4, not too far behind. Hamid and Relic, they have their ultimates ready, so I'm going to keep my eye on that neural theft. For XTZ, it's Sai with 7 and Hika with 4. Sami with 3, not too far behind. And the ultimate to keep your eye out for XTZ is that showstopper ready for Hika. If he can bring the party to Atmosphere, that will be the perfect way to try and get XTZ to that even scoreline that they want. Now, for XTZ and Atmosphere, if either team able to settle on a win streak, they get such a huge bonus, because Atmosphere, if they're able to get a win streak, they will be able to then subsequently get the operator Hamid, and I know how devastating Hamid can be with the operator. I want to see that stabilization of Eco to try to get Hamid the operator, and then look to build upon that to cap off a really successful first half for Atmosphere. For XTZ, it's as you said, a little too slow in that last round. They need to try and be more aggressive, and aggressive they will be here, pushing down into B side both through hookah and long, looking for the picks. Not be able to find any instead, it's just Atmosphere getting that, not being able to get the ultimate, just being able to get out the way. XTZ now with the site execute.
He's going for the side and execute, but in Aiken, he's gonna be the first one to get that kill. But Bacon, he goes down immediately to the hands of Vika with that showstopper. It's gonna be evening up the playing field just a little bit more, but at the same time, it's probably not gonna be enough as Crosshair. He's gonna be pulling out the Ultragear, not really tagging one out. Anyone just yet, no recon ball to boot. The side control has been established, but with the army coming in straight through from the side, it's coming up with a 3K. Sai going in for the spray. He gets one, but gets straightened up immediately by the hands of Crosshair. And that flag coming out from the side of Atmosphere straight through the angle of Voka just takes them all down one by one. The map control was established, but still hookah control was given up immediately. And here is where the real problem happened. The problem child being Hamid, just showing up from the sidelines, getting those 3 kills. And Sai, he gets 1 kill, but how much can he do against like 3 bodies shooting him at the same time?
How much to do for Sai in that situation? But Hamid playing that brilliantly, picking up that 3k on the retake even before XTZ took side control, meaning the response for Atmosphere on point and really quick to now secure a win streak for them. For XTZ, they're in a sticky situation where their economy is starting to hurt, and they have gone for the buys in this round, meaning they're barely stretching out their eco and their credits. They need to pull off a win here. It's XTZ now finding the trades after Atmosphere able to find the first kills to make it even Stevens on the map. You see all of XTZ, they're into this A site, they're looking to establish control. Sami going for the jiggle peek against his clone at Lamps, does get spotted out, and now Jiggle step back for XTZ. The Hunter Spirit coming out, it's Hika and Sami. Sami going down, Hika with the trade, and now 2v2 on the map. XTZ, they need to try to find a rotate.
You need to try and find a rotate, but Hika, he's going up against impossible odds, it seems, as Bacon and Bacon and Relics are going to be holding down the fort. He gets tagged by the boom bot. He should have waited for it, and this is where the real pain is about to begin, ladies and gentlemen. With only 48 HP, you need to try and go in for this clutch against 2 very healthy players from the side of Atmosphere. Spike going down in the default positioning, but I do believe that the camera is still up and running for the side of Atmosphere. This camera is going to be massive, giving a lot of information by Hika. He may just bite off a bit more than he can chew. If he goes in for this peak, this may just be very dangerous for him. Both of the players are watching the angles, and Hika, he's playing it smart. He gets the first isolated 1v1, taking out Relics. This is very much possible for him to do so. He goes in for the jiggle peek. He has all of the information in the entire world, and Hika! This guy is absolutely insane, going in for the classic right clicks as the first initial bait, bursting him down, and then going in for the white peek with the vandal. Absolutely incredible.
What the hell was that? I mean, I had my hands up in the air, then he used the satchel pack to go for the teleport, because I don't think the boombot was in his path. He could have just avoided the boombot and then gone for it. So I was like, why are you doing this? But Hika, I think he thought time was of the essence. He goes for the play, gets through the TP, gets into the site, gets the site plant quickly, and then making sure to rotate onto elbows, peeks at the perfect time to try and take down Relic. Find that 1v1, but that jiggle, man, was that jiggle beautiful. Hika, as you said, first with the classic right click to burst, and then with the Vandal to finish. It's Hika with the clutch and the 4k to bring XTZ closer and to really salvage their economy. Now for Atmosphere, the op is going to come through, and Hamid with the aggressive push, he's just going to get spotted out. Needs to get back ASAP, pull out that dart, will do just that. I think Sai has picked up an off for himself, and he's looking for the showers control with his own. You can see both of these teams on the precipice of really committing to something. It will be XTZ who does it first, and XTZ who finds the first kill, but Bacon with the return. Now Bacon's position is he's really low. Needs to try and go in, will throw out all of his utility and get a bunch of damage, but he will end up going down. That's XTZ with the side control and XTZ with the man advantage.
Them having that man advantage is gonna give them a lot to work with, and Inferno, he's in a very predictable position, and she's just gonna go in for the pre-fire to take him out in that corner. Relic still holding down the fort from the side of Heaven. He needs to try and find one, but Sai, when he's posted up with that operator, there's not much that you can do, and Relic, he needs to beeline for it with that operator and make sure he survives, because I do believe the economy for the side of the economy is just horrible for the side of Atmosphere as of right now, but Relics, he's going to be able to do a little bit more damage, and this is going to be hurting Hirsch quite a lot. You can see it from his buddy, only $600 to boot, so moving forward in the next round, I do believe he needs to go in for a half buy, but Relic, if he gets one more kill, here is where all of the value is going to be coming in, but it seems as though not much of a hunt is going out just yet, and from the B side, Sami and Rexy are making their way forward to try and get a kill onto him, but a beautiful trapwire positioning is probably going to give him all the time he needs, and that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. And Relics, he actually pressed Q when he was pressing the G button, but all in good health, as he was able to save the operator, but still, it's going to be the 4th round on the board for the side of XTZ.
That goes there.
XTZ doing really well to pick up that round and playing really smartly with their execute, and I have to say though, Relic towards the end, really nice save from him. We see XTZ hunting him down, but he plays it very smartly, taking down Hush as well to cause that extra bit of damage and force Hush to look for the buy from his teammates, meaning that now XTZ have to spend that extra little bit. But XTZ, they will be extremely happy with the way the round went as a whole, and now with the fact that they're on even Stevens with the scoreline, will try to push forward and try to get the lead for themselves. We see this time a different approach, completely spread out, waiting for an aggressive push from Atmosphere. And the aggressive push so far coming through for Inferno. He's lurking in the shadows, trying to find something. Sai with the operator just waiting for him, waiting for him to show his face so he can put a bullet in it. Inferno though, he will not do anything of this sort. Will just back himself up and now throw up a dark cover to once again set his shadows to lurk in. XTZ, they realize that no aggressive push coming through for Atmosphere. It's up to them to make the first move, and they're going to start grouping up towards this A side to try and do just that. Now, the flank from Bacon and Relic will be huge if XTZ don't push in. But XTZ, they've started to, and it's Hush picking up the double. Now XTZ committing to A side. They need to leave one person to check for the backstab, though.
You need to try and check for the backstab, but when all of your members are already present and killing off everyone, it's gonna be Relic with the first kill on the Eka, but Hursh, he answers back with his own, he gets Bacon, and Sami finishes off Relic from the sideline, and it seems as though it was a bloodbath coming out from the side of XTZ. They were able to take full side control and were able to hold down all of the angles. I do believe that Atmosphere should have played much more closer angles, knowing for the fact that they do have weaker guns, or should have gone for an eco push. Let's say that the entirety of Atmosphere went in from a push straight from A short, they would have had a chance to like completely cast the entirety of XTZ off guard. And I do believe that they would have gotten at the bare minimum of 3 to 4 kills if that did happen.
And for Atmosphere, like I think the indecisiveness and a little bit of a lack of confidence are starting to show, but they do see like they have reset completely. This time doing exactly what we wanted, going for that B long proactive push and finding the trades in their favor. It's Atmosphere able to pick up 2 in exchange for just 1, meaning it's them with the advantage. Now, the op did go down for Atmosphere though. Hamid no longer with that. So that's something they're gonna have to contend with for the rest of this round. For Sai, the op is ready. If he can just find a pick, a 1 for 0, that will equalize the playing field for XTZ and give them the pressure necessary to push in. See Sai now, he's gonna peek over this B-long side, but Bacon turning away at the wrong time, not able to find him out. Instead, it's Rexy finding the first, and now Rexy looking for the second. Will be taken down, but Sai backing him up will find another, and that's the trade this time in favor of XTC. Now going for the spike, they'll go for AC.
They're going to be going down towards that A side. What a beautiful call coming up from side to make sure his teammates are going to be coming on right with
30
him.
seconds
and
left.
The A side plan is just about to go through. Yes, of course, the trap wires are going to be present, but if no one goes into shower, this trap wire is going to give so much information down to the defense, and they will know that there's no one in showers. And yes, of course, it's going to be Inferno using the ultimate to go straight down there and get his own angle. A crossfire is going to be set up between Relic and Inferno as Relic moves into position slowly. But still, with 2 members now sitting down near the Lamb's angle, it's gonna be one of those real questions of will they be able to find any form of value. It's gonna be Inferno with the paranoia, but they didn't touch the spike. They know exactly how much time it's gonna be at. It's gonna be Inferno going in for the plays. He's gonna get the headshot on the zombie, and there is nothing that Sai can do with that frenzy to take him out. And a beautiful round coming out from the side of the defenders. Inferno, that ultimate was absolutely beautiful. Him being able to get that angle on the side of showers was the game changer for this entire retake.
Yeah, able to completely surprise XTZ with his positioning, and with the paranoia, result caused so much chaos for XTZ, forcing Hika and Sai into that tiny lamps angle where he's able to just hold it down, and Relic able to find the diffuse. Really beautiful coordination from Atmosphere to make it even on the scoreline once again. I have to say, Atmosphere, they really have showed up in map 2. It's not the one-sided affair that it was in map 1. But it's Sai winning the operator battle, expecting that B shot push from Hamid, able to deny him his own operator and pick up the first blood for XTZ. Guys, if you think that we're gonna see map 3 in Icebox, it's gonna be Atmosphere leading the
I
charge
know
and coming back
exactly
and winning
where
map
you
2.
are.
His hashtag fear us in the chat. But if you think XTZ will go above and beyond and try to secure map 2 and their spot in the lower catch finals, his hashtag beyond extreme. Show your support for both of these teams because they're giving it all they got. Now XTZ, they're going for the execute. The ult's coming out as well as the site pushing in. It's Sami with heaven control and
One
Arch with the
enemy
kills.
remaining.
XTZ with their
Flawless.
And looking to close it all down, and with headshots like that and accuracy as deadly as
Last
XTZ,
round
it's
in
gonna
the
be
half.
easy as easy, ladies and gentlemen. XTZ Esports with such a beautiful round in their favor, just completely hoarding down the entire side, and Sami with a beautiful ultimate teleport going straight into the heaven side. They were able to do so much damage, and they were none the wiser. Crosshair didn't even know that Sami was shooting up into heaven because of the amount of noise being made down near A short. A beautiful play indeed coming out from the side of XTZ to go in for a fast site execute and using their really fast composition to the best of its ability. But still, here is where the last round is about to go through. It's either Atmosphere goes even Stevens on the scoreboard, or we go to a 5 and 7 scoreline going in the favor of XTZ into the following rounds. And I do believe that XTZ, they have a much more bigger chance to hold down the fort when it comes to the defensive.
XTZ, they have the heavier weaponry as we saw in the scorecard. So far in this first half, it's been back and forth between both of these teams. But now with the better weaponry, it's XTZ's chance to really consolidate a lead for themselves, set the stage for their own defense. And they're going to look to do that with this B-side control. But they haven't taken hookah control just yet. And hookah's so important. If Relic can deny this plant, it would be humongous. Hamid now going in as well as the Hunter Fury. Hamid! Left click headshot, right click headshot. This guy only hits.
They only hit headshots, but Hika and Sami, they only hit headshots themselves as well, forcing it down to a 1 versus 2 situation, and Bacon, there's nothing that he can do with a crossfire being set up by Hika and Sami.
Switching sides.
Headshots reign supreme, it seems, and ring-a-ding ding Atmosphere heads are getting popped left, right, and center as XTZ Esports take us to a 7-5 scoreline for the first half as we move into the second.
Huge round for XTZ. Their Hika especially really stepping up, switching into the duelist role, and props to be given to Hika and Sami, man. These players, not only are they extremely good duelist players, Sami with the Reyna, he was the MVP in map 1. Hika with the Raze, now the top fragger for XTZ in map 2, tied with Sai. But the point being that Hika and Sami, the fact that not only are they able to play brilliantly on duelists, but also being able to switch between the Omen role for themselves, meaning that each of them gets to have a different pool when it comes to agents in duelist and also carry the Omen forward, showing a level of versatility that is honestly unheard of when it comes to many teams in our tournament. That level of versatility, one of the biggest edges for XTZ, and working really well for them to be able to secure this 2-round advantage. XTZ is setting up the crossfire and the paranoia on time. Hika with the frenzy with the first kill. Does not have the guns, but Sami will back him up, pick up more, and XTZ look like they're gonna pick up the pistol.
That was such a beautiful place here. You could see my excitement. That paranoia was so on point. First contact being made from deep into the inside of sight. Then Hika coming in from the sidelines, being able to back up his teammate. This paranoia play was just so incredible. And this just goes to showcase that XTZ, they're one step ahead of the competition when it comes to these matchups. And Hika also throwing that paint shell made sure that Relic, he had absolutely nowhere to go. He's gonna get caught out by the paint shell and get forced into the sidelines of his teammates, and he was gonna be able to take them all down. A beautiful defense coming out from the side of XTZ. And Atmosphere, they should have tried and taken some form of hookah control or use their information to their advantage, but seemingly not much that they can do. But it's gonna be a fast A-side rush, it seems, coming out from the side of Atmosphere as they're holding down the floor. The spike plant is about to go through, but Sai, he gets that first kill onto the sidelines. Hika gets his one as well. Sai gets a third, and already the bodies are just dropping down as Sai gets his fourth. And ladies and gentlemen, with the spike defuse coming out, that was a really, really fast anti-eco round for the side of XTZ.
max anti-eco, and with Sai with the save means that an operator all but guaranteed for him in that third round. It'll be that operator coming through for Sai. We already saw how damn good he was with it in map 1. On bind, where there's even lesser entry points to check, even like lesser angles to worry about, the operator becomes so much more powerful because in general bind defensive sided because of the fact that there's only 4 entry points: B long, B short, and A showers. With the operator, if you have a good operator, you just deny that one angle altogether and you're able to find such a huge advantage for your team. Aside going for this B shot, waits till the end moment to take down the boom bot, meaning now Bacon but Sai able to find the hit onto him, not able to find the kill because I do believe it went through the wall, meaning Bacon does get tagged low, but Sai able to create some pressure for XTZ in that space. Atmosphere, they have the buys, they need to make it work here, but they're going for a very spread out approach, and so far it has resulted in them in getting some control over A side. They're going to look to use that control to get A side for themselves, go for the spike.
Gonna be trying to go for the spike, but with Crosshair getting that first kill down onto the operator player. That operator going down is gonna be pretty hurtful for the other side, but Hurst, he has his own vengeance. Hurst, he got 3 headshots and 3 kills to boot. He's holding down the fort from the sidelines, but Hamid, he's one of those dangerous players with Hurst. He gets his 4th, he gets his 5th. Hurst with the ace and the defuse to boot. An insane play coming out from this man. He is absolutely pumped out of his mind.
Bro, I mean, 3k for Hika across multiple rounds in the first half, 4k for Sai in the pistol round of the second half, and an ace for Harsh in the buy round. Oh my god, this team is on fire. Every single player, like, just popping off across multiple rounds. You really can't look to one player to find the best place. You have to look across the team, and when you're looking across the team, that's when you're looking at a team that has the potential to win it all. XTZ really showing up today. It was close in the first half, but XTZ showing exactly why, much stronger on defense. Hika with the aggressive TP push with Sai, and Harsh with the push through showers. That's a pincer, and that's XTZ with the advantage.
Already 2 members going down at Bacon. He doesn't feel happy about his odds sitting down at that A-short angle. But I don't think it's Bacon who's at the grinder. It's gonna be the people on Okasami with 2 wallbang headshot kills. One onto Relic, one onto Inferno, leaving only Bacon. The team can salvage some form of damage. He's gonna be able to get that first kill down onto Sami, but Rexy, you already know this last one position. Bacon goes in for the flick, but the frenzy's not accurate enough at that range. And Rexy, he's gonna be able to take out Bacon, and that is what she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. We are at an 11-5 scoreline, so this is where crunch time begins for the side of Atmosphere. It's either go big or go home, because one more round, that's gonna be match point, and you know what happens at match point, CA.
Quite literally, because now Atmosphere, they're not just fighting for this control of this second half, but this second map is not the map for XTZ. If they can close out, they will go into the lower bracket finals. Atmosphere trying to keep their run alive in this tournament. They're going to try to go plays across the map, but Hika with the aggressive satchels bringing the party to Atmosphere, does not find a kill, but is able to find a decent chunk of damage down onto Hamid and Ralik. Now Atmosphere, they're just gonna run away. They don't want anything to do with this party of XTZ. They're gonna try to make their way onto A and gain the control on that side.
They want to go to A, but you know the boogeyman is sitting here. It's gonna be Hirsch slowly making his way forward. He's gonna be super dangerous to deal with, but it's gonna be Hamid in a very beautiful angle. If Hirsch goes in for the peek as of right now, he's probably gonna be able to get that kill. It's gonna be Hirsch getting the first one, Rexy getting the second, and Hamid, there's nothing that he can do. And Hirsch, he's raining headshot after headshot with his teammates to back him up. And ladies and gentlemen, it was a flawless round coming up on the side of XTZ. They're riding on the momentum moving forward into a lot of these rounds, and CA, they seem absolutely unstoppable.
There really is no stopping this role that XTZ is on. I did mention this, right? When it was back and forth, like I was saying, for both of these teams, it's about trying to find that momentum in their favor. Because both of these teams, they've shown us exactly how good they can be with the momentum. XTZ especially, like when they got a win streak in map 1, they almost never gave it up till just they lost a couple of rounds into this next half. XTZ using that the momentum right
God.
here, able to secure match point. Now they went for the aggressive peek down at B short, but Bacon able to win the duel against Sai and also get the boombot out in time, meaning even though he goes down, Bacon single-handedly picking up a double for Atmosphere, and Atmosphere fighting back strong now with A-side control and a 2-man advantage.
I do believe that
player
Hirsch
standing.
had some
Spike
technical
planted.
difficulties in that situation, so he did go down as Sami. He's gonna be the lone man standing going into this 1 versus 3. But this kind of a person, but Sami's the first person you want to think about when you think about clutch scenarios. He has pulled out clutches against VLT for what we care. He's gonna be going in for the peak. If he gets this kill, it's gonna be more than enough. But Relic with the pre-fire, he's gonna find the head of Sami and take him out immediately. And a beautiful round indeed from the side of the attackers to take us to a 6 and 12. They're slowly clawing their way back, but CA with 6 rounds to go to try and go into match overtime, it's probably going to be one of those tall orders because look at XTZ. They're firing on all cylinders, and because of one misplay, they did die there, but how much more is it going to happen?
Atmosphere, they do have the arduous mountain to climb with the 6th round back-to-back win streak just to go to overtime, but they are very much a team capable of doing that. So we'll just have to keep our eyes peeled and see if they can, because now they're switching up strategies, going for a fast A-side execute. Bacon, he gets tagged down really low as he brings a showstopper to Harsh, but Harsh getting out in time, not getting tagged at all. Now it's waiting for his team. It's Rexy and Harsh falling back, falling back and getting the kills onto Atmosphere. They do get taken down, but Sai now able to push through the showers, will find the blade slam onto Hamid. Bacon though with the return, meaning now Atmosphere, they've got the spike planted, they've equalized the map with Inferno getting a kill. They just need to wait in their post-plant positions, try to secure this round for themselves.
You know for a fact that Bacon's sitting down on the showers angle, and Bacon, he's going to be able to get that kill on the Rexy. Rexy not being able to find a pre-fire in that situation. It's going to be leaving Hiccup back again into this 1 versus 2 situation. Hiccup, he needs to try and go in for the defuse. He's not going to be able to get that kill onto Inferno, and beautiful paranoia straight in his hand as he's going to be going in for that wide swing to take out the last remaining defender. And a beautiful round indeed from the side of Atmosphere. They're making the big bank, ladies and gentlemen, because Atmosphere, now that the economy has properly stabilized, they're gonna have a lot more of the better buys and the best chance that they can have moving forward in the following rounds.
The economy being stabilized is definitely going to be a huge factor in them being able to have a better chance to pull it back. Especially now, you can see Crosshair, he's going to continue forward with the op they got in the last round. For XTZ, it's investment into another op. We'll see if Sai makes it count. Now with the showers push, will not take down Hamid. Instead takes down the person behind him in Crosshair and able to dash out. Hamid will be able to push through and find the return kill though. And now Hamid pushing through onto A-side, trying to establish that pocket of control for Atmosphere. The rest of Atmosphere though completely spread out, looking for their own duels across the map. You can see Bacon here down at Hookah, gonna start pushing in now, in the same line as Relic, but on the other side, Hamid in the duo with Hiccup, he'll take him down. Harsh finds the return, but Atmosphere able to secure pockets of control across the map, meaning now they have the advantage to try to push into B-side.
They do have the advantage on their favor, but Sami, he's gonna be the boogeyman down in B side, playing in through the smokes, and if he's gonna be able to find it, this is gonna be massive for him. And oh my god, Sami, he has the perfect lineup spray for Bacon. He's gonna be able to take him out with a beautiful recon coming out from the side of Rexy. He sets up his teammate real well, but Inferno and Relic, these two members are really dangerous because of the plays that they can make, and already the boogeymans are gonna be the side of the attackers instead as Atmosphere. 3 rounds consecutively, they're gonna be able to hold strong, and CA in overtime is gonna be looping forward for the side of Atmosphere. They have a really good chance of going forward with it after such an amazing post-plan situation.
Against the wall, Atmosphere roar back stronger. Now on a multi-round winning streak, really starting to pick up the momentum heavily in their favor and utilizing it appropriately to bring the scoreline closer and closer. They need to do this for 4 more rounds in a row though to try and take us to overtime. XTZ, they just need one round where they're able to get an advantage, 1 round where they're able to get the win, and this map and this series over right then and there. So they just need to play it safe and try to find atmosphere in that mistake situation and capitalize on the same. Now, this approach by Atmosphere, I really like it. They're very confident with their pushes towards in the map, trying to find the 1v1 duels. And with this hook approach for Bacon and Ham, as you can see, they're going for the same. The Hunter's Fury was
Take
popped for
flight.
Atmosphere, but not able to find a kill on XTZ. Will mean XTZ, they just wait, hold on to their positions. But it's Crosshair able to pick up the operator, take down Sai, and now with the pressure created in A, it's all of Atmosphere rotating towards his side. The smokes will come out to heaven, and in goes Atmosphere for this A side.
But with this crossfire being set up by Hirsch and Eka, they're gonna stop out any form of push that could come out from the side of Atmosphere. Now, once again, it's gonna be Relic and Inferno going down into this clutch scenario. No spike has been planted just yet. And Atmosphere, they know for a fact that they need to go
30
in for a
seconds
TP
left.
play now, rotating back down towards that B side. But Rexy, he's gonna be the one to hold down the fort this time around. And he's gonna get that first kill on the Inferno. He's looking for the last one as well. And he's gonna be able to get it on the Relic with a
Defenders
well-placed
win.
headshot as he's jumping down from the side of Voka. And ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna be XTZ Esports closing out this map and this set, moving forward into the lower bracket finals.
XTZ, this is what I meant. Like, all they needed was one round and just one sort of really good play to clutch it out. You can see it on the replay here. Harsh and Hika making sure back to back that they've got each other's eye lines, able to pick up kill after kill in that crossfire and help secure that map for XTZ Esports. It's Harsh on the Cypher. The Cypher on his hometown in the Moroccan city of Bind, able to pick up that MVP. It really speaks volumes about not just the strength of the Cypher in that map, but also the strength of Harsh on that Cypher. Really well played. Is XTZ with the win, moving on to the lower bracket finals. I think we have plenty to talk about, not just this map, but the series as well. So we'll quickly move into the Relive the Moment, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 Notebook, powered by Ryzen 4000 series processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. Now, aggressive for me, Map 1 was so dominant that it was hard to imagine that Map 2 could be a close affair. But Atmosphere, they did brilliantly to keep it extremely close in the first half. But when XTZ were able to pull off that first 3 rounds in the attacking half, getting a really good first pistol round, and then getting that flawless anti-eco, and then Harsh with the ace, that sort of set the stage for the momentum to really ramp up in XTZ's favor, get them to match point. And even though Atmosphere pulled off a brilliant comeback, winning multiple rounds back to back, trying to establish themselves, that one round XTZ needed, it came through, and they not just picked up this map, but the entire series.
First, it stepped up massively, Sia. You have to say that. This one Sentinel was the entire game changer, I believe, for the side of XTZ. Hirsch is one of those players that carries the morale of the entire team. I have seen Hirsch go in for multi-kills, and those multi-kills converted into multiple other multi-kills after the following rounds. And if you give Hirsch an ace, you know for a fact that this guy, he's gonna be brimming with confidence, and he's gonna be hitting a lot more headshots after. And Hirsch was able to hit everything whenever they came down on this A side. I have not seen Hirsch miss a single shot or a single kill during this entire matchup.
Was absolutely on form, not just in map 2 but in map 1 as well. But map 2 was really where he got to show up, so props to him. But also kudos to be given to Atmosphere. This team, having made it so far into the top 6 half of the tournament, they've displayed a level of systematic gameplay that I've honestly never seen from them all the way from Series 1. So the fact that they're showing growth from Series 1 now onto Series 5 only sets the stage for what we can expect from them going into the future. I hope they continue with their practice and their scrims and become better as a team overall, because together they have a lot of potential and they have the chance to really become one of those top tier teams to look out for themselves. Atmosphere, well done. But today it's XTZ stealing the show with a dominant 2 maps. First 13-2 on Haven. I mean, that was just absolutely phenomenal. And then 13-8 on Bind as well. Sai, I think he's one player to speak about because he was heavily criticized for his performances in the earlier stage of the tournament. But as I said, he's that big game player. He comes up when it matters the most. And now in this last semi-final series, really showing up on both the maps on his favorite jet to help take XTZ to that lower bracket finals. We'll see them there. But for today, the action not over just yet. We have one more semi-finals to complete to decide who will be the opponent of XTZ Esports in the lower bracket finals. It will be Ideapad Gaming versus Godlike Esports. And to catch that on action, make sure you tune in into our stream at 8 p.m. Make sure you hit the like button, share and subscribe, and hit the notifications bell as well, so you're able to get notifications of exactly when we do go live. Also, check out the links in the description below for some amazing discounts that we still have set up for you. A chance for you maybe to buy something for yourself or even get a gift for one of your friends or family. We'll see you soon with the next series in the lower bracket semifinals in the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD. Bye bye.
can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do. Baby, while we're young.